Thank you, Shakira. So, Crimson S9 mint green with the 24 to 105. Let's get over here. Can it focus? There we go. F4. Okay. Shot some pictures last night and during the day, and I shot some more today. So, another review. Is it necessary to have an EVF when you have a good LCD? More and more people take the LCD screen, but if it gets too bright, then you need an EVF to take over. Dealing with DSLRs, I like the old way where you're not looking through the LCD, you're seeing what you're seeing and take the shot. But the mirrors are smaller. But the DSLRs that I got were kind of small too. So like the 610, the DF, and the D500. They're pretty small for the DSLRs. But long story short, I got some video and photos for you. And we will see, if I go down here, there we go, it's all set. I'm going to show you a video, and then I'm going to show you some pictures, and then another video for the front yard. And the wind is that strong. It blew down some metal chairs that I have in the front yard. And just by opening up the garage, it blew box out. And the boxes fell off the shelf and stuff because the wind came into the garage and was swirling. So it's pretty high winds, gust winds, but just be careful. This is the time of the year where you're going to get a lot of tornadoes hitting the Midwest, even Texas, and maybe southern parts of the United States too. So anyway, let's go to video. All right. It's been windy all day. Finally cleaned up the mess. Found a whole bunch of dirt right here. And what you see is over years of grind of the leaves and stuff. So I got a whole bunch of branches and more leaves blowing down here. I think this tree is ready to seed, whatever. I see a couple of areas where I've missed, which you can't see, where the branches are cut, got the seal. But we get out of the wind. We're getting the kind of like what's hitting the mid central ports of the United States. Look at this wind. It's unreal. And it's been like this all day, but it was getting rough real quick. And I came back here. There's some chairs, metal chairs are blown down in the front yard. So I'm going to pick those up. And I usually keep the cushions in the shed right here. But most of the leaves are gone. Some more gathered right here, I guess, from the tree and the way the wind is blown. I used the lawnmower with the bag attached to it, and it was a lot faster than vacuuming up all this crap. But this is like after years of just laying it on the ground. I heard that that's bad for grass because it's kind of an acid thing. So hopefully I'll get some grass growing here. See, I wouldn't mind if it rained or anything. I'm ready to go in the front. So this is another way of showing the 24 to 105 f4. You know, they got it for Canon, which is a 2.8, but a 4. And then they also got the multi one. I think it's like 4.5 to 7.1. Sony, I don't know if they have that. I have different glass for Sony. But look at this tree. I mean, it is. But whoever's cooking outside smells good. They're barbecuing. So let's go out to the front. Okay, so let's look at some pictures. Nice thing about having this lens, it's all f4. So you can even see the dust, which I haven't cleaned yet, off the DVD player and even on the glass and stuff on my furniture in the guest bedroom. But look how sharp it is. You can see the silver dog, the silver truck or car, the flowers, the 2018 Intel Mac Mini. It's an i5 8400 with 64 gigs of RAM. Still runs great. I love the hub that it's on. So it can take SD cards, micro and full size. And it has 2 USB-C in the front. I think they have some more on the back, but you know, you can see the 2 mice I use for the computer. See how sharp everything is, and look at the dust on the glass. I have to clean that one of these days. And then this is a 24 millimeter. So the first two were the 105 millimeter. These were 24 millimeter. So you can see how wide this lens can get. And of course, I'm about 10 feet away. So got my clock. You can see the dust on the top part of the clock part. I just took it down to speed it up an hour. There's a picture, but look how sharp that is. And here's my wedding photos. I did a pretty good job. You can see it fell down a couple of times right here, but still, it's pretty nice. There's some painting I have in the entry way. Sharp, detailed. And this is at f4 with no light on. The camera compensated for the right light, and it has no flash. There's Van Gogh. There's another picture of my wife when we got married. And these little trinkets that we've picked up. I can see dust on there. But look how pretty sharp. And then you can see it bokeh too. And of course, the little wedding gal in the teacup. So that's it. I can't tell you if it's at 105. I bring it down here. Yeah, it is at 105. Okay. And it's at 24. So there's the clock. I didn't take any shots that were in portrait mode. I put them all in landscape mode. This is even from a monitor where I was watching a video. Now, I have the same model in my office, and I was interested in the GFX. So there's a plant, and this is a 24 megapixel camera. and this is at 45 millimeter. This is like at the 50 or 49. All these are at f4, okay? 92 millimeters. And one thing I want to stress is zooms aren't bad. They can get the pictures you want. No one is going to do any pixel peeping. And you can see how things are rendered in the back and they're becoming bokeh. I was not close. I was far away. I think this was at 82. I was sitting down. This right here was at 63 millimeters. So you can zoom in, zoom out. This is at the bottom of the TV. So if you see these sharp angles, it's either shelves or TVs or something else. I try to test the contrast, the dynamic range a little bit on here. And, 63 f4 with the 24 to 105 f4. It's a great lens. I was focusing on him, but look at the lamp. And of course, there's Wanda. There's Angel on the top. So I was shooting at, and I can even see dust here. Well, I'm going to have to do a lot of cleaning. There's my coffee that I started last night. There's my little toaster oven. I turned on the radio again, had it unhooked, moved some things around. So I moved the can opener to this side with the blender and my coffee. These are a cheese cutting board. That can cut, that's pretty sharp. And then there's my cheese stuff right here. So that's on the other side of the stove. And then there's the kitchen. So this used to be in the middle aisle. I got tired of walking like this way, that way. So I just put it there. And it's kind of like a U for my sink and counter where I'm taking the shot from. And I have, places where I can put hot dishes on, turntable, a couple of cutting boards. So it's real handy. But look how sharp this is. You can put a cake in there. Nice decorations. And then, of course, I love the furniture from at home. You can see the dust. Maybe I'll call this video Dusty. And there's Wanda again. So I'm not going to show off. It's all at f4. It's in the daytime. Last night I took nighttime shots. And I took a different angle on the Tiffany glass over the breakfast area or kitchen table. This is my dining room area, which I've taken over with the M4 Pro Mac Mini, which is show's been done with. And then little trinkets inside on the other side of the sink. I have a lot of trinkets right there, but look how sharp and clear I can get close to these objects. And they're not all the same. They're not 24. Where I got the best I could. Put the one in the center for the focus. Little Dutch shoes, wooden shoes. Then went outside. But look how sharp that is. And then the wind was blowing, starting to pick up. This is after I mowed the grass for a second time. Basically, it was the leaves. And I filled up that bag in no time. And it was a half bag. The other day when I vacuumed, or the video I did yesterday, it was a half a bag. So I had a full bag of leaves. When I first did it, I had 3 full bags of leaves. No, 4 full bags of leaves. So, and then here's some of the pictures of, I was trying to get it to show the wind. And you'll see a little blurriness in the background, but, and then back here, but I think that's bokeh. It's not moving. And I already had nice and clean, and with the wind, I came back outside and look at all the dirt that was thrown in this area. So I cleaned that up again. And I went back inside after I did that. And you can see, let me do this again. I did something with that mouse. But you can see that this goes like that goes like that. Basically, that's the way it's built, okay? So the floor, I try to show you, it bulges a little bit here, okay? There's only like 2 counterparts on the side and maybe 1 in the center that are holding this whole frame. But this is actually not a lens distortion. This is the way it looks. And then, of course, there's another shot of my kitchen. And then you can see Wanda thinking about going outside. She's trying to figure out where all that wind is coming from. And that's the last shot. So even with the 24 megapixel camera, this Lumix Panasonic S9 without an EVF did a pretty good job. If I had an EVF, this would have been sharper, but it was windy at that time. So it's a little blurred right there. But look how sharp she is. I mean, that's good. That's gorgeous. My Dutch shoes, little artifacts. There's Wanda again in the kitchen, following me everywhere. This is only basically the blurred shot that I got is because she was scratching herself. Pretty clear, sharp. I thought it'd be too dark, but they came out just right. And even with the monitor, you see a little pixels right here, okay? But still, that's a pretty good shot. And the clock, of course, and then the wedding gallon teacup. And we're back to normal. You can see. Oh. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, it's real windy. It's hard to. Now the gate closed fast. I'm walking. I'm figuring that if I don't put any water out, okay, wasps and bees won't be building nests around my area. Like right there in the corner. It's looking good. As much as I like watching the birds, you gotta watch out for those little insects. They like my house, especially under the eaves. So this wind is blowing from the, it's swirling. It looks like it's from the south. Yeah. There's my antenna. Go on. There you go. And that's how I hook it up. There. And I put it just like that. See? Nice and neat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some sealing. And that is the caulk. I'll do some more. Yeah, when you get cold weather and hot, you just keep going. And then look at the boxes that fell down. Just from the last wind. And that's where I opened up the garage. And my little tree is growing. I got some food for it. For this one. And this one should do better because we cut off the top. We're looking at that, but I think they'll grow. If not, I can cut those off. But leaves are sprouting there. Leaves are sprouting on that crepe myrtle. I don't know about the big one. And yep, he's in the wind. And I better get my boxes. So anyway, great camera. Great lens. Past 2 days I've been using it. It's good quality. You can put it in autofocus, manual focus, great stabilization. I hardly had any blurry pictures. It is a little bit hard just using the LCD screen, but you get used to with different cameras all the time. So anyhow, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.